Hello YouTube, this is Rascal Ryan 521 here, and today I have part 2, part 2 of my Walking Dead custom minifigures video, and by part 2 I basically mean there's about double the minifigures, and there is many changes to most of them, so, well, to about half of the ones you've seen already, there's been changes to them, so, I'm not gonna spend time talking about the minifigures, because last time I did that, it was like a 20-minute video, like talking about their characters and whatnot, so I'm just gonna show you the minifigures, give like a quick one-sentence definition of, summary of that character, and then I'll just, move on. So first up is Rick, obviously our main character, our cop, the leader of the group, and he's just got an Indiana Jones torso. I have some bloodstains on him. Some of these do have drawn on. Some of these do have some of these do have drawing on them. So yeah, some bloodstains, his pistol, and some Prince of Persia villager face, and then some brown hair. Even though I know his hair should be black, it's just brown, just because I couldn't really find I just think brown looks better with this minifigure. So you can even have him hold his gun like he normally does in the show. So that's Rick. Next up we have, oh god, where is he? Here he is. Next up we have Carl. And Carl looks pretty cool. He's pretty much the same as when you last saw him. Indiana Jones hat. Harry Potter torso with that little paw print thing drawn on. Whatever that was. I think it was like the logo from one of the creator of The Walking Dead. It was like a logo from one of his other comic books or something. And they just got a regular gun. Actually not a regular gun, a cooler gun, actually. And then, I think that's Ron's face from Harry Potter. So, yeah, he's a cool minifigure. Next up is Lori Grimes. That last character, by the way, that was Rick's son. This is Rick's wife. And I'm not going to spend much time on her. She's the exact same as when you last saw her. Hermione's body, some regular woman face, regular brown hair, and then a key. Because like I said, in one of the episodes in Season 2, she got into a car crash, and just before this walker was about to bite her, she stabbed it in the eye with a key. And I just thought that was one of the coolest zombie killings I had seen in that whole show. So I had to, I had to give that to her as her accessory. Next up is Shane Walsh, I believe it is. He's the exact same as when you last saw him as well. That Nazi soldier body with Indiana Jones pants, as his cop outfit, sheriff outfit, and then see that Harry Potter face. It kind of just looks like him from the show, and no hair because remember he kind of had a buzz cut for about half the show, and I thought he looked cooler like that, so I left him like that. And then just a regular pistol. Next up is a fan favorite, and probably one of my favorites too, in terms of the character and the minifigure, and this is Daryl. And, sorry, he's pretty cool. He's just got the crossbow, Indiana Jones torso, and satchel, but the arms are replaced with skin-colored ones. Prince of Persia face, as you can see. Long brown hair, and then some gray pants, and that's him. Next up, speaking of Daryl, is one of my new favorites because of his spike, and this is Merle. And Merle just looks awesome. As you can see, he obviously has one of those Prince of Persia spikes, but the spike piece has been, like the two other side ones have been cut off to give him just the one main spike. I normally don't cut my Lego accessories like that. But I have 3 of that piece. I got all in like one set, so I didn't mind. And then a Star Wars miniature pistol, and then the Indiana Jones body. This is Daryl's brother, by the way, Merle. In case I hadn't told you, same face and hair. Merle should have gray hair. I realize that, but yeah, he looks cool with that too. It's fine. So yeah, that's Merle. Next up is just a very minor character, but I had the lab coat from the minifigure series left over, so I decided to build him. This is Dr. Edwin Jenner, and he was the doctor from the CDC, or not doctor, the scientist from the CDC. and he was the one that told Rick that, you know, that you turn even if you haven't got bit, so, yeah, so he's pretty cool. He's just pretty basic. He's got, you know, like I said, the lab coat from the minifigure series, Scientist, Season 4, I think, Series 4, Anakin Skywalker head, and, that hair that you would, the orange hair you'd find on Lupin, or on Robin. Let's see who's next. Next up is a brand new one I just built today, and this is Maggie, and she turned out pretty cool. She's pretty basic, probably one of the more boring ones I have, just because she's so basic looking, and she has the same torso as Lori, because I don't really have many female torsos, so I apologize for that. And then, you know, Hermione's head and Anakin hair. Just kind of got that short hair, and then, you know, just gray pants. Pretty simple. This is Glenn's fiance. I suppose you could say. I don't know if they're really married yet, but I suppose, I mean, you could probably just say they're married. I mean, it's not like it's a zombie apocalypse. You can't really, you know, set a wedding date or, you know, get a priest or anything. I mean, you can pretty much just say it whenever you want. Next up is Dale, and he's pretty much the same. I had to take that old hat off of him because I rebuilt an older minifigure that I wanted to use. So unfortunately, he doesn't have that. So he has an Indiana Jones fedora, and looks pretty cool. You know, Han Solo torso, gray legs, and then some head from a rebel leader from Star Wars. Next, I know. Sorry, I keep saying that. Here's Carol next, another new one. And she's pretty basic as well. You know, a torn up brown shirt. I think Ginny's face from Harry Potter. And then that gray hair. That was the only hair I had that looked decent enough to go on her. So, she's pretty cool. I like her. Just a very minor guy. I want to show you. This is just a random military pilot that was in the helicopter crash. When I did, if you remember, I did a mock of that scene not too long ago. From mid-season 3 when the governor and Merle found Andrea and Michonne in the woods. This was the guy. Remember, they were inspecting out that helicopter crash, and this is the guy. That was one of the guys that was piloting it, so that's why he's got all the cut-up face and everything, because it was a crash. He's just got like some Russian soldier body, Anakin's face before he becomes Darth Vader, and then a pilot's helmet. Next up is, ever since Herschel's death, my new favorite character of the show, and this is Tyrese. I had to build him. He was just really cool. He's got his infamous hammer right there, and that's one of the reasons I love him. Just that one episode where he's you know, like, just smashing a bunch of zombies' heads in. Walkers' heads in, sorry. And he just emerges out of the woods all, you know, he's actually alive. Which, you know, there was almost a million of them surrounding him. I'm obviously exaggerating. There was probably around, like, 20 surrounding him. 20, 30. But pretty basic, you know, some Indiana Jones head, plain black body, and gray legs, and a gray, what would you call it, winter hat. Next up, this minifigure kind of goes along with Carol. And this is just a short one I built for my farm mock. But this is supposed to be Sophia after she got zombified. And she has, you know, just all the, you know, a cupcake, you know, on her shirt. It was just a regular girl torso I found, you know, and the short blue legs. You know, she kind of had, like, you know, little kid clothes on and whatnot. And then that hair, I know, isn't super suitable, but that's all I really had, so. And then a zombie face, you know, skeleton face, and then a white and gray hand, you know, like to show, you know, just the decay of her body. Next up here is, hang on a sec. I had this minifigure set up in a mock, so and they were all set up and everything, so now I just gotta fix them. This is Andrea, and she's updated a little bit. I can't remember what exactly she looked like in my last video. Here, hang on. But, she's pretty cool. You know, she's got just like, you know, a white torso from Indiana Jones. She wears a lot of white for some reason in the show. And then a pistol, and then her yellow hair. And then, you know, I think that's Hermione's face. We're almost done here. We're getting down to probably the last 6 or 7. Next up is T-Dog. He's pretty basic, you know, Mace Windu's head, black legs, a brown shirt, same as Carol's, and that's him. I'm not going to spend time on him, like I said. He's the exact same as my last video. So. Next up is an updated one. This is actually greatly updated, one of my new favorites. This is Herschel. And if you remember in the last video, I had his leg torn off with the, you know, with the 2 crutches. Since he got the prosthetic leg in the last, in the newest season, it hasn't really been shown, but just to kind of show the prosthetic leg, I kind of replaced one of his legs with a gray leg, as you can tell. Oh, it looks like the legs aren't pushed properly. There we go. With a gray leg, you know, to show it's prosthetic. And he's got a rifle, Indiana Jones, Nazi soldier torso. He wears a lot of, like, just, you know, suspenders and whatnot, so that torso went good with him. Some kind of Santa-looking beard. Lupin's face, and some gray pulled back hair, just like Carol. He will be featured in my prison mock of the Governor's Takeover, which the prison is updated, by the way. I just did that today, and it's like literally double the size of my last one, so get ready for that. Next up is Glenn. Glenn's pretty cool. I like him. Yeah, I forgot to show you him actually in my first video. I apologize for that. In the first video I did of this, he was sitting in my farm mock, and I just kind of must have not noticed him, so yeah, that's him. You know, Harry Potter torso, some jeans, Luke's face, a rifle, and some black hair. Pretty simple. Next up is, here, hang on one sec. This will take a second to set up. Next up is Michonne with her pet walker. I know she had 2 of them, but I just have the one. The arm's cut off. I probably should have drawn some black underneath of the mouth to look like the jaw was cut off too. I'll do that in the future, I guess. She's got a chain around it. Famous katana. I replaced her torso because I needed to put it back on Aragorn for my Middle Earth mock, and you know, that's the only, I'm not gonna lie, LEGO doesn't really do many African American people, or they don't really sell a lot of, you know, sets with them in it, so I hate to say it, but they really don't. So if I had more faces, I don't really have a broad, you know, face selection. I mean, I had to take Mace Windu's face off for T-Dog. Now I don't have a Mace Windu anymore because I'm just that low on pieces. So, yeah, that's the only face I have for her. I apologize. And she has a Durmstrang body from Harry Potter, by the way. And then long black hair. So, that's Michonne. This is another one I just did today, along with Maggie. You know, another one I just built today. And this is Beth. I never really saw Beth as an important character, but ever since the newest episode, or the second newest episode with her and Daryl in it, you know, the one where they went to go find some booze. You know, I kind of noticed that she was an more important character than I thought. She's pretty basic, you know, satchel. And then she has the zookeeper body just turned around. Some long yellow hair, Ginny's face, and her knife. She's pretty cool. Next up is the SWAT walker from the one first taking over the prison. As you can see, he's got a riot shield, which is a pretty basic build. I actually like how it turned out, though. And then, you know, he's got the satchel. I don't know why, just, you know, more details, I suppose. A black stormtrooper body, a regular walker face, and then, you know, this helmet with the eye guard on it. So, I mean, he's pretty basic, but really cool, one of my best. Getting on to the last 2. A very minor character, but I decided to just show you him as one of the last ones, because he kind of ties in with my last guy. And this is Milton. He was the guy I remember in Woodbury. He was kind of worked with, well, the last character I'm going to show you, you obviously already know it's the governor, so I'll just say he worked with the governor I'm not quite sure what he did there. He maybe, I suppose, I don't know what they call it, the VP governor, I suppose. He's probably like the second most powerful guy in the city, other than the governor, so I'm not quite, I don't remember exactly what he did in Woodbury, but that's him. You know, he's got some plain sweater torso from Harry Potter. He's got a Harry Potter face, you know, and then some brown hair. And then, last but certainly not least, my greatly updated governor. And he looks really cool. He's got, the torso of Mad-Eye Moody. And as you can see, I changed his face from Mad-Eye Moody's face. You know, even though the eye patch thing he had going did look really cool, I figured it's on the wrong side, so, you know, I might as well just change it. So I drew my own eye patch onto this face, and I think he looks pretty cool. You know, brown hair, black legs, and his regular, you know, just a revolver. So, yeah, so thanks for watching, guys. Like I said, I'll be showing you my updated mock of the prison sometime soon, so be sure to check it out. So yeah, comment, rate, subscribe, and see you later. Goodbye.